place is Blind River, Ontario, Canada. The date was June 28th, 1990. Gord and Jackie McAllister are from Lindsey, Ontario. They were heading to a destination that was unknown. However, they decided to take a rest at the Blind River rest stop. That night, they were the only ones sleeping. The married couple was sleeping peacefully till someone who claimed to be a police officer started to pound on the door. Jackie was the first one out of bed to answer it. However, when Jackie opened the door to let the officer in, a stranger barged inside. It was all a lie. The stranger coldly looked at Jackie and Gord and said, "I'm going to rob you, then I'm going to kill you." The criminal was armed with a .22 caliber rifle and a 20 gauge shotgun. Jackie complied, giving him all her jewelry. The two of them hoped that this would get the person to leave. Sadly, it wasn't. Gord McAllister recalls seeing his wife shot and collapse on the couch of the RV. He then says he took a chance and leaped out the door to the outside. Gord McAllister recalls seeing his wife shot and collapse on the couch of the RV. He then says he took a chance and leaped out the door to the outside. Gord was able to roll under the RV once he got outside. It was that time he noticed another vehicle pulled up. The driver got out of the car and was confronted by the robber. He asked the man, "Do you have a problem?" To which the guy responded, "No, none at all." The stranger got into his vehicle and the shooter ran in front of his vehicle. Within a few seconds, the person who shot Jackie shot the stranger, killing the man as he tried to get to safety. After killing a second victim, the killer went to search briefly for Gord. Unable to find him, he ran off and got into a van and left the rest stop. After he felt safe, Gord got out from under the RV. He then got back inside and drove it onto the highway to get help. Upon getting on the highway, Gord was able to get the assistance of a trucker. The trucker CB didn't work, so he had to stop at a station down the road to get help. It should be noted that during his attempt to flee, Gord was also shot. Sadly, help wasn't able to save Jackie. She died from her wounds. The victim, who had the unfortunate luck to pull into the rest stop, was identified as Brian Major. When the Ontario newspaper posted a sketch of the person responsible, a person called in with some information. He said that a few minutes after 1 a.m., a blue van came peeling out of the rest stop and almost hit him. The van continued due east. The witness couldn't tell if the van had Canadian plates or plates from the United States. The police investigated numerous blue vans, but none could be found that were the one that belonged to the person responsible for the incident at the rest stop. Detective Inspector Frank Ryder of the Ontario Provincial Police in Toronto believes that with Gord escaping with his life, he will be able to identify the person when a suspect is brought in. Gord looked through hundreds of mugshots. Sadly, he didn't see the suspect. Unable to get any further, the police thought they would try a computer program to create and enhance upon the rough sketch of the killer. It took hours, but they finally created the picture of the killer. Gord is adamant that it wasn't a robbery that went bad. There was no resistance at all, that this guy was going to kill someone no matter what. The suspect was approximately 5'10" with long blonde hair with a receding hairline. Okay, it's time for another final thought. There are cases where a person is victimized for no reason. There are cases that remind me of this, those being the Bremen Road attacker, Cindy James, and the Whackers, where a person is harassed or murdered for no apparent reason. With that said, as much as I want to believe that Gord was innocent, I have to give my final thought. When watching this case, I can't help but wonder if Gord is as innocent as he proclaimed. I'm not saying that he may have killed his wife, but he may know more than he claimed. The reason being, according to Gord, the killer had a .22 rifle in his right hand and a 20 gauge shotgun in his left hand, as you can see in the picture. The shooter was able to shoot and ultimately killed Jackie with the rifle. However, when Gord escaped, he suffered basically a wound to his side. You expect a weapon that has a spread would do more damage. Considering the conditions of which Gord was shot, then his wounds should have been more serious. Keep in mind, this was just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. I'm just trying to examine all possible angles. Ultimately, the case hinges on the person who shot and killed both Brian Major and Jackie McAllister. If he's found, then all the pieces will fall into place. Next time on Final Thought: Unsolved Mysteries.